Now that you savages are done stuffing your face with pizza, we're going to talk about human body hacking. I'm Andy White. I presented here before on Wireshark. Kind of known as a Wireshark guy over at NoVA Labs. I do the packet parties over there. But tonight I'm going to talk a little bit about human body hacking, how to get the best gains without doing much work. Tim Ferriss style, short presentation. What are some of the benefits we're going to get from diet and exercise? Better memory management, deal better with viruses, and ward off bugs. That's what we're all interested in, right? No? Maybe you're a pen tester, right? So I did a scientific Twitter search, and men and women want the same thing, it turns out. Fitspiration. By the way, I don't work out for exercise to look good. I work out to look sexy as fuck naked, all right? That's what it's all about. Yes, George?
You have a comment.
Maybe you're into fuzzing. You don't like pen testing, you like fuzzing. Well, good news and bad news. It takes about 136 burpees for a 180-pound person to work off one beer. Anybody know what a burpee is?
No, please show us instructions.
There you go. Those are burpees. They're not easy. But they're a full body workout. They give you strength, they do fat burning, they do conditioning. They're free. You don't have to have a gym membership to do this, and you can do it anywhere you want. Actually, in one of the races, the Spartan race, if you fail on a challenge or you choose to skip a challenge, you have to do 20 burpees. They're not easy.
Can I just do one and make it an animated GIF that just keeps looping?
You can, but you're going to have to carry a computer around with you on this, and it gets kind of muddy, so I wouldn't recommend it. So, maybe you don't like burpees. Looking for a magic pill instead? Yeah, those don't exist. So, this is not dieting, right? What I'm talking about isn't dieting here. You don't have to starve yourself. You don't have to eat rice cakes. You just have to feed your system good data. Always allow yourself a cheat day. So one day a week, you can eat whatever the hell you want. The rest of the time, you eat good stuff. And on that one day when you can eat whatever you want, eat it as much as you can. If you want chocolate donuts and you've been craving chocolate donuts all week and you get to your cheat day, eat 2 dozen of them. It's going to do 2 things. You're not going to want another chocolate donut for a while, and you're going to fill your belly up for that day. You're good. You're not going to gain that weight because you don't gain weight from one meal. It'll work itself back off within a day or 2, and you'll be back at your pre-chocolate donut blowout. Because it's all about the exploits here, right? We want to make sure we get the best gain. So, don't count your calories, but feed the system good data. What are we talking here? High protein, right? I had surgery just about a month ago for a deviated septum, and the doctor told me I was going to have 2 weeks where I couldn't do hardly squat. So I was worried, okay, now I'm going to start gaining weight because I exercise a lot, but now I can't do anything. So I went and I modified my diet. High protein. So I wake up every morning and I have 2 eggs, sometimes scrambled, sometimes hard-boiled, and some lentils. I'm full after that, right? Good to go. Don't need a snack between then and lunch because the protein filled me up, kept me full till then. At lunchtime, I typically have Chipotle, right? Fast food.
He's not kidding.
Seriously, fast food. It's good fast food. Cut out the rice, right? So I get a burrito bowl, no rice. In it I get black beans, I get the fajita mix, I get barbacoa, I get the mild and medium salsas, I get cheese, sour cream, guacamole, and lettuce. Put some Tabasco on top. Go ahead.
You don't get the salad bowl.
The salad bowl is awesome with the lettuce on the bottom, and you don't get the dressing. It's the same thing, but it's less messy. I approve highly of this combo.
I'm just curious why you don't.
I don't, because while lettuce is good for you because it's mostly water-based and it fills you up, I'm not a big fan of all that lettuce,
Okay.
right? I'm trying to get a lot of beans in there. Typically they ask me a lot, double beans? I'm like, let's not go all the way double because that's a lot of beans to eat in one sitting. So,
He works next to me.
so like I said, that was about a month ago, right? And I've hardly done any exercise since then. I've run maybe 1.5 miles twice since then because the first time it hurt my nose when I ran, and then the second time it felt better, but my stamina wasn't there. I've lost more than 12 pounds on this diet, and I call it a diet. It's not actually a diet.
27.
Good job. What have we been doing?
It's called Ideal Protein.
Lot of-
I have protein supplements for 2 meals and a snack a day, and then I get 8 ounces of lean beef, and then 2 cups of vegetables twice a day, and then unlimited lettuce.
Do you feel like you're starving yourself?
No.
because the protein's filling you up and keeping you full.
And 64 ounces of water a day minimum.
Water is definitely important in here. The other thing I've been doing is drinking green tea most of the day. You can drink as much green tea and iced tea as you want. I don't recommend you get sugar in it. Sugar's bad.
Be careful with aspartame too, because even though it's 0 calories and everything, your body, your brain tastes the sweetness, thinks it's sugar, and will try to store it as fat.
Yep. So, what happens when you feed in bad data? Buffer overflows, right? We're all familiar with those. What happens when you're not active? Man boobs. Who in here likes man boobs? Raise your hand. All right then. So exercise. Start slow. You don't got to go all in. In our SOC, we try to do a minute of exercise every hour throughout the day, right? It keeps us active. It increases our productivity. It keeps things from carpal tunnel kicking in because you're staying active. You're getting up from your desk. You're doing something for a minute. It can be squats. It can be planks. It can be whatever. Just do a minute of some sort of exercise. Go walk down the hall if you want. Every little bit's going to help you here. If you want to get into a running program, there's couch to 5K running programs that actually take you from literally sitting on the couch to running a 5K in 8 weeks. You can do it faster than that, but this is a nice slow roll in. There are run walk intervals where you start out and you do like 30 seconds of running followed by 90 seconds of walking. And you just repeat that over and over again for 23 minutes or so. And then the next time you slowly increase how much you're running and decrease how much you're walking. I did that 3 years ago when I was first starting out. I was never a runner. In high school and all those things, when they make you run that mile at gym class, I would get side splints and the whole 9 yards. Doing this program, I got to that 5K and I've been beyond. The key to everything here is setting a goal. There are plenty of races you can do if you want to do them. There's the Warrior Dash, which is an obstacle course race, which is a 5K. There's things like the Susan Komen Run, which was just this past weekend in DC. It's very near to my heart because of cancer research. I try to take part in that one every year. I've done 2 Tough Mudders and I've done 2 Spartan races already.
Did you do the Tough Mudder out of Peacemaker not long ago?
No, I did the Tough Mudder down at Wintergreen 2 years ago, and I did it last year in Leesburg, I think it was. No, maybe it was Maryland. Yeah, it was just up in Maryland, right inside. But remember, a goal without a plan is just a wish, right? So my goal for this year is to do a Spartan trifecta. What that is 3 different Spartan races at different levels within 1 calendar year. They have actually 4 different levels of Spartan race. They have the Spartan Sprint, which is a 5K. They have the Super Spartan, which is 8 to 9 mile Spartan race. They have a Spartan Beast, which is a 10 to 12 mile Spartan race. And then they have the Death Race, which you have to qualify for. That's 48 hours of nonstop craziness. But I'm going to do the first 3, right? So late August, I'm going to do the Super Spartan. It was supposed to be the next weekend, but then they moved it. So it'll be late September. I will do the Spartan Sprint, which is the easy one. And then I'll hit the Spartan Beast in November.
Can you explain the Spartan races?
Huh?
Can you explain the Spartan races? I've never heard of it.
So it's an obstacle course race with the different mileages in there. And there's going to be anywhere from 15 to about 25 obstacles that you have to accomplish in those. That could range from dragging a cinder block way the hell down there and back to climbing across a set of monkey bars. You get 1 shot. You fall off those monkey bars, you're doing burpees, right? 25 burpees, 20 burpees, whatever the hell they do. I've only had to do burpees twice, and that's on the stupidest challenge there is. You have to throw a javelin and get it into this scarecrow thing maybe 15 yards away, right? But that's near the end of the course where you're already worn out, right? So you get up there and you've got this flimsy little thing, and I don't throw javelins for a living, so I get up there and I'm like, well, damn it, and I'm doing burpees. Then they have a rope climb that you have to go up, but there's a big pit of water you go in. You muddy water, you climb down in, you get up on the rope. You got to climb all the way up to the top and ring the bell. You slip off and fall in that water, get back on the side, you're doing burpees again. When I did the Spartan Sprint 2 years ago, it was out at Pev's paintball course, and one of the challenges, you had to crawl underneath this net that was really close to the ground, right? And if you tried to stand up, you could stand up in this thing, but they had guys sitting on the side with paintball guns and they were just pelting you as long as you were standing up. That wasn't very much fun. Another one, you had to get a big 5-gallon bucket, fill it with rocks, carry it up the hill, carry it back down the hill, and then empty it over the wall. They make you carry big, heavy sandbags way the hell down in the woods and back. I mean, it's all sorts of physical challenges. Contrast that with, say, like the Tough Mudder. The Tough Mudder has a similar length to it, so you're dealing with another 10 to 12 mile race. Their challenges are more mental, in my opinion. So they have like the Chernobyl jacuzzi, which is a big industrial trash can lined with plastic, filled with water and ice. Halfway through they have a board, so you have to go under the board so you're fully submerged in this water and ice. All the ice is getting pushed up towards the end where you're headed. I don't care. The first Tough Mudder I did, it was 37 degrees on the mountain when I did it. It sucked balls. Last year when I did it, it was in August. It was 80, 90 degrees. It sucked balls then too, okay?
The electric shocks.
The electric shock does not exist. Okay, I've done it twice.
Yeah.
I've ran through those ropes and I've never been shocked. I do not believe there's any electricity in them.
I got nailed in the face and I blacked out.
I hear that from plenty of people. I see people run in front of me who supposedly got shocked. I see people run behind me who got shocked. I haven't gotten shocked, so I don't believe they exist. I think it's all mental.
You're not grounded.
maybe not.
The Go Ruck's also coming up if you want to do that.
The Go Ruck, I haven't heard of that one.
That one's just a big hike where you just put a bunch of weight in your pack and you're going along with your team of like 10 people. And that one's, I want to say, a little bit more mental, but it's just a nice, big, long hike, I guess you could say.
Cool, I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's cool.
So, how does all this help with this, right? Remember, it's going to help with memory management. So, they say there's been studies that have been done that if you learn something new and you go out for a run, it helps you better retain that. Probably because the blood flow gets to your head, who knows? I'm not a doctor, I'm not going to claim to be one. Helps you with your viruses, right? Because you're more fit, you're more healthy, you're eating better foods, you're going to fight off viruses better. Buffer overflows, we already shown you that. Man boobs. So, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a fitness expert, dietitian, none of these things, right? I'm just a guy who's done this. I did it 3 years ago. I lost over 30 pounds doing it, and I've kept that up since then. And I told you about my diet over the past month and how much weight I've lost, and it killed me that I haven't been able to exercise, but now it's time to get back on that wagon because I have just a couple months to start training for my trifecta. So I wasn't going to be able to fit everything in here, short 15-minute presentation, but I'll share all my scripts with you, see if it works on your systems afterwards. Any questions? Comments? Yep.
One thing I was going to mention, I lost a lot of weight last year, so one kind of like exploit, I guess, using your terminology is I had some issues like just eating a bunch of snacks and stuff. So what I found is that you can still eat snacks, but in order to sort of prove that you have control over eating the snacks, what I would do is I'd take like, say, 10 pieces of like Cheetos or whatever, and you like throw one of them away, so you just like purposefully throw it away, so you know like I don't have to eat this, and you got the rest of them. So for me that was just really helpful, and eventually I literally don't even like Cheetos anymore. So that worked.
That's interesting. I haven't heard of that method before. I did snacking when I first lost all of my weight, and it was religious. Every 2 hours I would eat something, right, to keep myself full. That was before I went back and read the Tim Ferriss book again, because Tim Ferriss I really like. He's done 3 best-selling books: The 4-Hour Work Week, The 4-Hour Body, and then most certainly The 4-Hour Chef. 4-Hour Body is the one where he talks about all the different crap that he's put his body through and all the tests he's done to figure out what works best for him and all those crazy things. And one of his things is a slow-carb diet. There's another one where he talks about eating the high-protein meals, those kind of things. It's a good book to check it out if you're interested in those kind of things. I highly recommend it. There's another book if you want to learn how to build muscle without going to a gym. It's called Combat Conditioning. It's from an ex-con who got out of prison he didn't have any weight equipment there, right? But he was one of the biggest guys in there, and people would come to him when they went into prison and ask, how do I stop being picked on? And he'd be like, here's how you do the push-ups. And he'd work them from barely being able to do a push-up to be doing a one-arm handstand push-up. Think about that. That defies the laws of physics. One-arm handstand push-up. You're kind of up against the wall, but still, you work up to it. Cool? Yes?
One I think studies they're coming out with, or they've come out with, if you want to improve memory and focus, actually focus breathing like 5 minutes to 15 minutes a day, and you'll see results within 8 weeks or so.
Really?
Focus breathing or meditation, if that's what you do, just like, you're focusing inward for a little while. They're actually supposed to really help memory and concentration.
Yeah, other things I didn't fit in here. Water is key. Drinking a lot of water, staying hydrated throughout the day, and sleep. Sleep's another big one. So,
yeah, I mean, we're probably all like
you know, we think we're so cool of how little sleep we can survive on, or how many more nights. And I still do like.
Richard, you were only supposed to have 2 today.
But like they never cease to find more and more benefits from sleep. I mean, like if you're heavily sleep deprived, your body will hormonally, like, it thinks it's under stress all the time, so it will try really hard not to lose weight because it thinks you're about to die. Obviously, your memory is impacted severely by lack of sleep or poor quality sleep.
Yep. Over here.
Yeah, you mentioned you put sour cream in your Chipotle. I was wondering why.
To be honest, in the Tim Ferriss realm, he wants you to cut out all white stuff, right? Cut out the rice, cut out the pastas, cut out the breads, right? He says basically the only white thing you really should add in there is cauliflower, and that's kind of iffy, right? But in the meal that was prescribed in the book for Chipotle, it actually had sour cream in the bowl, and it seemed okay with him, so I tried it. You know, I cut out sour cream 3 years ago when I first went on my diet, right, and hadn't had it since. I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot. Since I'm cutting out the rice, I'll throw the sour cream back in there, see how it is. I've lost more than 12 pounds, so I'm leaving the sour cream alone. It just tastes good. The guacamole is excellent. Every time they're like, I see these people every day and they're like, guac's extra. I'm like, yeah, I know. Same guy was here yesterday. Anything else?
What do you eat when you get a sweet tooth? Or do you just wait for your cheat day?
So I don't have cheat days often because I went through it 3 years ago and I did the cheat days every week. Now I pretty much save it up for when I go to the in-laws and we're having a birthday party or something like that, because she's going to make cakes and breads and all that stuff. So I go over there and just pig out, have whatever I want that day, you know. But generally I don't have a sweet tooth anymore. As a kid growing up, I ate candy like it was going out of style. But when I hit 30, that caught up with me. So.
And if you face the sugar after the sweet cravings will go down.
Yeah.
The other thing is, then you can notice like a nice apple will sate the sweet tooth.
Yeah.
Those type of things.
Fruits have tons of sugar in them. Some fruits are bad for you. So check. Bananas are good for exercise though, because the potassium helps you with your muscle rebuild.
But you can get it from other things too. And the processed bananas now are they're designed to be really, really sweet. So the amount of sugar you get for the bananas.
Yep.
No point.
Cool. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.